You sound like Muppet or Sesame Street.
Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time lots of fun. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you.
That's nice. That's the beginning of the podcast.
Yep.
You're welcome.
It was beautiful. Why are there so many songs about rainbows?
It's not easy being green.
Good Lord.
When life is the color.
That's all the time we have, folks. Good night.
Now let's hear your Crypt Keeper impression.
No, I'm not doing Crypt Keeper. No.
Try it.
I can't. My voice don't go that high.
None of us can. We all have deep voices.
Yeah, my throat will explode if I try to do that. Yeah.
Too many balls to get that high.
Yes. He does a lisp, like a drawn out with a lisp at the end.
You can only do that if you're a Frank Welker. I'm pretty sure Frank Welker could pull that off.
Frank Welker's a guy you look up and you're like, oh, he's in 600 movies because he does. Yep. And he does. I
just remember him as my favorite cartoons. He was Cobra Commander and Starscream and Cobra Commander. It was like
and
the same
he's
voice.
Nippler on Futurama. Fun fact.
Yep.
Yeah, he does everything.
Yep.
Frank Welker,
Yep.
Welker.
Yeah, I looked him up because I had no idea what you guys were talking about.
How many things on his acting?
I don't know. I just wanted a picture so I could put a face to the name. Let's take a look. Let's go to the scoreboard.
While you're doing that, I'll pull up the theme song.
Okay.
Yeah, let's play the theme song while you're doing that.
Nice.
The following program contains scenes of violence, nudity, and mature subject matter. Parental discretion is advised.
LIW from the Crypt review. Tales from the Crypt.
It's getting better.
By the way, Frank Welker has 853 acting credits.
I lowballed him by a couple hundred. I apologize, Frank.
Yeah, that's just his acting credits. He has also soundtrack, music department, sound department, miscellaneous crew, self credits, and archive footage credits. Probably about another 120 credits on top of that 853. Yeah.
He's literally a guy where they go. I listen to the Futurama commentaries. It's one of my favorite shows, and they'll go, "We needed a guy to do like a weird dog barking," and I just picked up my phone and immediately called Frank Welker. Everyone does that. Has to do animal noises. Like he's in real movies doing animal noises, not just cartoons.
I wonder if he just has like an archive at this point that he just like sends them. Like he's recorded all this shit for him and he just sends it to people.
Whatever happened to Michael Winslow?
Die at some point. He's gonna die at some point, and they're gonna need that. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm sure they have it saved now, but he still wants to get paid, so he shows up.
Like you never see Michael Winslow in anything anymore. He would do sound effects. That was his whole shtick.
Yeah,
you never see him in anything.
His were sound effects, and I'm sure he's still working. Look up Police Academy's Michael Winslow.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't know the
Spaceballs.
Yeah.
We ain't found shit.
It's my favorite line from that movie. Man, we ain't found shit.
Just the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
So, welcome to LIW Tales From The Crypt Review, episode 22, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Phoenix West.
I'm Jansen Carlin.
And I'm Frank Lynx.
Okay.
All right. That confused the shit out of people. Dick is in Texas. He's deep in the heart of Texas. He's got that big dick in the heart of Texas.
He's dick deep in the dick of Texas, as he might say.
Damn right. He's visiting one of our film school friends who just lost his wife. So our heart genuinely goes out to him. So
I feel bad now.
I won't make any jokes there.
Yeah,
it's strange. We got to that age where that might start happening now.
Do I need to get you a life? Should I get you a life alert for your birthday, or
no? If I fall down, just fucking leave me.
Oh, okay,
fine. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, who cares, really?
No, fuck it. Like nobody's gonna care.
Nah.
No.
His back is broken. His shit's all fucked up. Like we don't even need him. At this point.
No. Yeah, I agree.
We've got enough voice recording of him. We could just remake an AI version of him.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Frank Welker. Just plug and play. And it goes in there, and it's like blah 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 blah. And
is that how it sounds? Can you do that again?
No, you can just play that, and it'll sound the exact same.
Oh, okay.
Bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see? So now you get those clips to play forever.
Perfect. All
Throw 'em in
right.
there. Nobody will notice.
Get those on a hotkey ASAP.
Yeah, I'll do that. Maybe I'll
Stream
since we
Deck.
talked about having the Stream Deck here play some clips. Maybe that's what I'll put on there.
Yeah, just random guttural noises coming out of your face.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You just sound like you have downs.
Yeah.
Okay, that's enough of that.
So we watched 602 only skin deep. Last week it was only sin deep, and now we're adding K to the mix, and we got far different results.
Well, so my question is, I didn't get a chance to listen to last week's episode because I was gone. But what was the consensus on that one? Was it trash or was it decent or did it hold up
Middle
or
of the
anything? Middle of the road. Okay.
Very
I thought this one was.
painfully mediocre.
I
Hold
felt
on,
like
Nick.
this one
Hold on,
was.
Hold
Oh,
on.
never mind. Never
No,
mind.
that's going to be our next segment. I'm glad you
God
mentioned
damn
it, but we're talking
just
about
gonna-
last week real quick.
Okay.
It was Leah Thompson is a prostitute, and a guy that owns a pawn shop steals her beauty, and
Leah
she loses it in
Thompson,
ages.
Naked.
Nope, she wasn't naked.
Leah
Sorry.
Thompson plus duck fuck. Look up that picture.
Oh,
Back to the Future mommy.
girl. Yeah.
It's Lorraine from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
And
Tries to jump her own
it was
son's bones.
Adam, middle of the road, right? It was-
Yeah, that one was middle of the road.
Didn't hate it, didn't love it. There's some
Same,
fun
yeah.
scenes. It
I
reminded
was,
us.
I was
of that
happy that
Friday-
Lee Thompson was in it. That's about it. Yeah.
Were you on that Friday the 13th episode, Jansen?
No.
No, it was good.
I've missed 2
That was,
weeks.
that
in a
was
row.
Nick. That was Nick and Dick
I
to
think
Cat was with us.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's very similar to that, only that episode was better.
Okay.
So now we're 22 episodes deep in this show, and 3 episodes have been non-Tales from the Crypt episodes, and we've done 19 episodes at this point.
Mhm.
With that being said, I guess let's get into what we thought about this episode, and then we'll go into just general thoughts, and then we'll go into the plot, because there's only 3 of us, so we can actually talk about the plot.
Sure.
Yeah, Jensen, you said you want to.
I mean, you guys said last week was fair, Midland, whatever. I would say this one, for me personally, probably about the same. It was good. I thought it was a funky storyline. Obviously, reuse sets, all that bullshit, all the nonsensical bullshit that we care about, like reuse sets, crappy acting, terrible, whatever, this, and that. I mean, the storyline itself was what I expect from Tales from the Crypt, and I thought it was decent. I would give it probably a solid 7.
Okay, Adam.
I would give it a 3 out of 10
Oh, wow,
because
wow.
I liked it for about 70%, and then the end decided, oh yeah, this is a Tales from the Crypt episode. We have to just fucking end this. It just whatever. Just this happens, that happens. No setup, no payoff. Just bullshit. Because that's what made me mad about this one is that it starts off like it's going to have some kind of a story structure, anything, and then it just like, ooh, spooky, creepy shit happens. Here's some faces in a closet. The end. Fuck this episode.
I said brief over.
That is brief.
You went
You
in,
gave away
bro.
the ending.
Just fucking yeeted that entire episode out of the podcast.
Yeah. Adam, you sound very angry about this episode.
I am.
I'm with
Something
you.
happened today, bud? You all right?
I'm gonna go with 6 though. I'm gonna go right along with only Sin Deep. I liked some of it. I thought it was well executed. William Malone directed this. He directed some terrible movies, but
Mhm.
if you look up William Malone, he directed like Fear.com. That's
Oh,
Steven.
that explains it. Yeah.
Fear.
Fear.com. Now it all makes perfect sense.
Let me look him up. He directed Fear.com. He directed House on Haunted Hill. He did an episode or 2 of Freddy's Nightmares, 3 episodes. 2 Tales from the Crypts, a Perversions of Science, a show we're also going to cover on this. He did a Masters of Horror episode, and he hasn't directed a movie since Parasomnia back in 2008.
Apparently, his first credit is a movie called Holmes and Walston from 1975. Interesting. Okay. All right.
Yeah, dude's been around. He makes absolute dog shit most of the time.
I see you, Billy.
Yeah.
Everything he makes has interesting stuff in it. Like House on Haunted Hill, I think is terrible, but there's some interesting stuff in there. And it makes
It
you wonder
seems like-
what could he do if he had control of the movie, not just hire a director.
Well, it seems like he's trying too hard to be artistic, is what I'm seeing from like just the snapshots of what I'm looking through. Yeah. And it's just very little payoff because his execution is garbage.
And that's why it kind of worked in this episode for me. Like the shot where they show his eyeball and it shows the medicine bottle.
Mm-hmm.
That was a cool looking shot. That was the only real cool looking shot I got, but sorry. Basic thoughts. 6 out of 10. It was middle of the road. There's stuff I really liked in here, and I was hoping for more, but I guessed the ending the second they introduced the character.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, I mean, it's your classic douchebag needs to die story. I mean, right? So
it's Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, it's
that's why he had that thing.
It's revenge death. Bullshit.
It's dumb. It's dumb, but I didn't hate it.
It's dumb.
It's dumb. It's a dumb.
Yeah, I mean, your first tip off was probably the two fucking actors in the beginning. Obviously, the main guy who looks like what's his name, something Maloney,
like
Kevin Spacey, or what's his name, Maloney, from Christopher Maloney, and then we had like a Christopher Walken knockoff too, who like literally is his first few sentences he's trying to sound like the guy, and do like his facial mannerisms. And you're like, man, stop.
Yeah, it opens on a Halloween party with this rockin' band whose name is Big Elf.
Wow.
As opposed to a little elf?
Yeah. They're a giant elf. I don't know if you know that or not.
So,
but
is their goal to be oxymoron?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, all right. Just wondering if that was intentional.
But they were playing terrible music while these terrible people dance around. It's only white people. Only black guy was in the band. And our main character is dressed like a pirate. He's got a spooky Halloween pirate vest on with 2 little skull and crossbones on the bottom. And then he's got the typical red and white striped pants. And he's got like a Phantom of the Opera mask, but this half of his face. Why the fuck does a pirate cover his face like that? I've never seen that before in my life.
Can we just talk about TV show costumes for a few minutes? Can we do that? Because there's really nothing else to talk about with this episode. But every movie and TV show has to be really obscure with their costumes so that they don't get any copyright infringement. Like you can't just have somebody on a show up dressed up as Batman because, I don't know, what is it, royalties, or how does that work? Why they can't?
I think the rule is like 80%.
Okay.
So if there's 80% similar, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Anything beyond that is
So what you have is a party full of people wearing costumes that make zero sense at all. Like you've got, a princess wearing a plague mask, and the pirate wearing fucking Phantom of the Opera mask. I mean, it just looks like somebody went in and raided a Spirit Halloween store and just quick, everybody get dressed. You have 20 seconds now. Go.
apparently. Why don't you say it in the show?
Oh, Adam was talking. I didn't want to talk over him, so I just sent it to you to see if you wanted to play it.
Real quick before I agree, Adam. It's always this like if you watch any Roseanne, they always had Halloween episodes, and it's always the most generic stuff. Like they can't do like Buzz Lightyear or something like that. They have to do like Captain Spaceman.
It's one step up from taking sheets and cutting holes in the eyes and putting it over your head.
KKK?
No, the fucking ghost costume.
Dude, it always comes back to that for you, doesn't it? Oh. Swear to God, bro. Listen, dude.
Jansen.
Just joking.
I can't deal with your shit tonight.
The second we hopped on, I made fun of him for wearing a non-Blackhawks stuff, and he goes, "You guys always give me shit. The second you guys hop on,
no matter what I'm wearing, they find something. It's like they plan it. They coordinate it.
This is the brotherhood camaraderie, dude. It's all said with love. I hope you know that.
Oh, I know that.
No ill intentions.
Doesn't matter. Nothing I wear will ever please you guys. One of these days, I'm just going to show up wearing a dress and a wig, lipstick, and earrings. And
see that would please Phoenix. That's the problem.
Yeah, they'll probably say, "You look nice today."
Yeah, he'd be like, "Damn, give me some of that."
Adam, you want to hang out at the show?
Yeah,
give
me your number, bro. Yeah, get me back.
Hey, what's up, man?
Holla.
It's pretty. You see those DSLs over here on the camera. Jansen, what did you just send me?
So I just sent you. I didn't do too much research on it. I just searched Big Elf, and I found a music video from 2008. It appears that they might have still been making music. It appears to be the same kind of bullshit that I think they would come up with because of the like the first 5 seconds of the actual music video. So I don't know if you want to try to play it. I don't know if you care about getting shut down.
It's YouTube.
Yeah.
No. I should we just do it? 5 seconds.
You do about 5 seconds.
I would say jump towards the middle or something and just see
here we
what
go.
it sounds like.
I'm gonna skip to 1 minute in. Oh no, I'm gonna play it right here because this is this evil looking dude. Let me see if I can do this.
Well, about
You'll have to
45
Yeah.
seconds. 44 seconds.
It's gonna be Jansen and I's window here, but let's do this. Okay, this is what I want to play right here because I saw this guy.
Yeah.
Everyone's false, and no one is real.
Make it stop.
Okay, and that was there you go.
Nobody will ever take you seriously. If there was a band where you're guaranteed, if there's ever a band where you're guaranteed not to get laid by being in a band, it's that band right there.
That's a big problem.
Yeah.
Or
Let's
EL.
take a quick look at their Wikipedia.
LFAO.
I'm the lead singer of the house band from your mom's favorite bar.
We were in Tales from the Crypt.
This one was in Tales from the Crypt back in 1991.
Interesting. Apparently, they played with Mike Portnoy though, so that's actually something cool.
Mike Portnoy.
He's the drummer from Dream Theater, like this super
of
super
course.
big. Yeah.
Dream
Like,
Theater.
wait, what? All right, dude, we can't talk anymore. I have to.
There he goes. It's always a matter of time before he removes himself from the stream.
I removed him too. Who the fuck is Dream Theater?
Never heard of him.
I swear to God, if you just, I have to go.
Did they open for Styx? Styx and REO Speedwagon.
My first concert ever was, get this. This is a pretty good lineup for a first concert ever. It was at I'm from Ionia, Michigan, and it was the Ionia Free Fair. It's the world's largest free fair. And it was first band up, Foreigner. And I fucking loved it. Second band up, REO Speedwagon, and I fucking hated them.
Oh yeah, garbage.
Third band up, Peter Frampton. And it was okay. I left.
First concert I ever saw was Faith No More and Helmet.
Do me a favor, play the first 15 seconds of that video I just sent you, and then after the show, just listen to that entire album. It's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna melt your face.
Fuck off. What's this?
That's the best part. God damn you!
I don't want to get banned. Okay.
Yeah, he literally can't play anything because he'll get
Is there a
copyright
singer?
strike. Yeah.
What's that?
Is there a singer?
There is, but not all of their songs have vocals. So they do a lot of instrumental stuff because the players in this band are like fucking high level. It doesn't matter. It doesn't pertain to the podcast, but you should listen to some of the music at some point. It's pretty good. I've seen them live in concert a couple times.
Not my
That
kind
look on your face.
not my kind of music.
That look on your face was the look on my face when
Wait,
my best.
So
Go
if
ahead.
music, which is the entire point of everything that we're doing with it, music, right, doesn't have vocals, you don't like it?
No, I don't like that kind of music. Like even with vocals.
That was literally one song, and you listened to like 4
I know.
5
No, I'm
seconds.
going to listen to them more. I'm just saying,
Okay.
based on that, I don't like that kind of guitar. It bothers me for some reason, but I can get past it.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right.
That look that was on your face was the look on my face when my best friend made me go see Rush. I'd never seen Rush before, and I was just
Wait.
oh.
You got forced to go see Rush, and you're complaining about it?
Yeah, I am. I didn't like it, man. It's not my thing.
Neil Peart is dead, and you're sitting here disparaging his memory.
Yeah, I am.
How goddamn
I'm that
dare
guy.
you?
I'm that
How-
guy. I
How
did
goddamn
that.
dare you?
I fucking did that just now. I did. I couldn't stand it. I just
Get him out of here. He's fired.
I'm a punk guy, so metal guitar
yeah.
kind of bothers me. I don't like it. That's
It's
a
an,
I would
it's
tell
an
you
acquired taste. I
I'll
like
tell
some
you-
metal, but
This
yeah.
is my last little piece, and then we can move on from the topic, okay?
They
the
can actually
drummer-
play their instruments. I don't like it.
The drummer that is in this band will blow your fucking mind. If you do anything, just look up him and look up just a drum solo from him. You've never seen anything like it. It's insane.
Dude, I'm a Tool fan. Danny Carey from Tool. They're not going to beat him.
I don't disparage Tool at all. I'm just telling you, this guy. They're on different playing fields.
Different. Okay.
I mean, Trixie down at the corner will blow my mind too for about $20.
I mean, the guy. I'm not good with names, so I'll say the guy, the drummer from Tool, plays beats that I can never even wrap my head around. Like
Danny Carey.
Just watching him do it is fucking phenomenal. Yeah. But the drummer from Dream Theater is fucking insane too.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Okay. All right, on to the next.
I've literally never heard of them, so this is my first time hearing of the band ever. Like most of the times I heard of it, I don't really follow through with listening to it, but this is my first time hearing of this band.
Do you feel like you've crossed a life milestone now that you discovered Dream Theater?
The last time I crossed a life milestone,
it's when he turned 30.
No, that wasn't a milestone. That was
a speed bump.
No, that was a drum. That also, speaking of music, since we're not going to talk about this episode that much,
yeah,
I spent it with my favorite band, Local H, my 30th birthday, and I got really. I think I told the story. I got really shit faced with the band, and I don't consider that a milestone. Just if I could watch the security camera in that bar in that club, I'd probably be really embarrassed if I had the capacity for embarrassment. But I don't have that security camera, luckily. Only Skin Deep. Where did we leave off? So he's sitting there and he's an asshole to the Abraham. The guy dressed like guy that sounds like Christopher Walken is dressed like Abraham Lincoln, has a little bullet hole exit wound here. Mm-hmm. And get it, spooky. He's edgy.
Yeah,
get him.
He's
a
so
fun
cool.
guy to talk to at a
it's
party.
Like writing face on your book
See?
On your face and going his Facebook.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like, ladies sit here. I want to minimize.
Was that a Frank joke?
Me or him?
Him.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a Frank joke. It's from the fucking Office. What are we talking about here, dude?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait, Adam, are you about to tell me you don't like The Office too?
No, I only watched a couple of episodes of it. So
okay, all right, dude. Okay, dude, I'm done.
I saw a handful of them. Yeah.
The Office is one of the best comedies.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I just said I only saw a couple of them. Yeah.
That tells us what you thought, though, of those couple.
I'm trying
really?
Right now. I'm trying not to be mad. Lusa.
Stay calm, Jansen.
Which one? The European one or the one with Steve Carell?
The one with Steve Carell. Nobody cares
That's
about
the one that I watched. Okay.
The European one. I like British humor, but
I
do not watch that show.
No,
because they're trying to make it uncomfortable, and I go,
it's cringe. It's cringe without the punchline. So at least with the American version, you get the cringe, but you get the punchline. It makes it fucking funny.
And
so
punchline plus heart.
Yeah,
I want
absolutely.
In my comedy.
Yeah,
and you care about these characters, and then the British Office, I'm like, I don't give a shit about these people.
Nope. Who cares?
Anyway, we have to talk about Tales from the Crypt. He talks to Abraham Lincoln. He fucks off to the corner, goes to the bar, hides his face again, and his ex, who apparently he's fucking Loki. You guys are drinking at the exact same time. That's freaky. His ex Loki walks up, and she's like, You think I'm here, and you can't beat me into loving you, and you know as much as you want to beat me, and I know you strangled your ex. And he walks away, goes in another room. He's there by himself. It's everything that we're going to talk about. It takes place in the same set. They just redress it.
Mm-hmm.
He goes into the kitchen. He's getting something out of the fridge, and he looks around, sees fucking the Marla singer of this episode. This episode is very Fight Club, and she has like a white mask on. Some like kind of. She looks like the Joker would be really fucking into her. She kind of looks like Harley Quinn, and first thing I notice is her face. The makeup is pretty good.
Yeah, I'll give her credit for that. I did appreciate that makeup. Yeah,
the mask she's wearing is super close to her face, where it looks like her face. So immediately,
you can't see any lines or symmetry or anything.
They blended it really well.
It looks like they. I'm guessing they put like a clay on her face and dried it or something like that. I don't know what they would have done to do that, but
I feel like it was probably like a latex paint. Like
it's a latex overlay of some sort.
It was so in her skin. And so I was like, okay, that's her face.
Mhm.
And then we had to sit here and watch as we're supposed to be surprised that ends up being true.
Right.
But that didn't ruin the episode for me.
What did?
What did was just kind of a blandness toward the end. The second half of the episode, I didn't really care for. It just kind of, he peters around her house and looks for clues.
Yeah.
He starts spazzing out way too soon, too.
Yeah.
There was one moment when we were all sucked into it. What part was that?
So, can someone else take over and kind of describe?
We were sucked in after the party when she took him back to her whatever weirdo studio fucking fuck house.
Fight Club house.
Fight Club house. There you go. That's a good analogy. Yeah, that we were invested in that, and then they go directly into a pretty pornographic sex scene where Jansen's wife walked in as he was watching it with us.
I
He called it too.
I did. I said, "Listen, guys. I know.
That's perfect.
My food's about to get delivered, and my wife's going to walk in here at the worst time." And sure enough,
Yep. Sure enough,
my wife's
laughing so hard.
What you watching? What's going on here?
The
Watch
drummer
porn.
from that band, Jansen, looks like Glenn Danzig mixed with Channing Tatum.
I'd
The
have to look.
picture you just sent.
Hold on a second.
Look up Glenn Danzig, 2 N's.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, I see it. More Glenn Danzig than anything else, but
He looks like Channing Tatum a little bit in the eyes and the like right in the face right here.
Yep. No, I see that for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
I agree. I see
Okay.
you.
It's freaky looking.
The drummer's name is Mike Mangini for any of the podcasters who want to look it up. It's a drummer from.
Here's the picture. You got Channing Tatum and Glenn Danzig.
Oh, that's a terrible mix.
Thanks for that high quality picture there, bud.
It's the picture I'm looking at, so that's the picture they can see.
Pull up just a regular picture of him.
Now you do that.
Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah, they fuck. They fuck at her. She has like a 5,000 square foot apartment.
Yeah.
That's not finished in any way because the producers of this show decided we're going to shoot on sets that are clearly sets and they're not finished. All the paint looks like shit. It looks like a rush job. It looks like one of my student films. The set looks god awful. You can tell they never finished any detailing on it. And they just went, all right, film our HBO show here. What the fuck? And there's like 4 pieces of furniture in this whole place. There's a bed. There's a solitary red couch out in the living room. There's, what else is there? I don't remember any of the furniture, actually.
There's one of those old beat up ass 1940 style refrigerators with all the fucking grease and rust still on it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
And that's an appliance. It's not furniture, so we're still at 2.
Yeah.
Furniture wise, that was
Really
it.
not.
I don't remember
Was
seeing
there a side table with a lamp? I feel like there was a side table with a lamp.
What's to say there was?
There was some candles inside there. I remember that.
Some
Yeah.
giant candles.
There's always giant candles in these episodes.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, I think all of us just kind of, went dead in the brain as soon as she took off her body bag. So
Here's a higher. He looks less Channing Tatum-ish here. He just looks like Danzig.
Yep, I agree.
This is the dream. That's the Dream Theater guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got an awesome setup. He's got
Yeah,
it.
okay.
He's got it framed in there. Look at that.
Yeah. Hold on one second.
That is awesome. Let's not get too mired into the details there.
No, we're going into details. Fuck it.
But he and then they fuck like crazy, and he's fucking on the bed, and then Jansen's wife comes in and delivers him dinner, and I said we're watching porno, and she didn't question it. She just left the room.
Yep.
I think the only thing that kept it from being full blown porno is that they zoomed so far back.
Yeah.
That you can't see anything. For all we know, they could have taken 2 pencils with a rubber band and twisted them around and just let him go on the carpet. We wouldn't have known any better.
Exactly. And in case you weren't aware that this is a set, we're seeing like 20 feet above the ceiling where that would be. We're seeing, and they zoom into the set.
It should be not the neighbor's apartment, but the neighbor's apartment.
Yeah.
Like that
If you're
point
on
of
the
view.
roof and you can see through the walls like Superman, and you look down, you're going to see that. And he fucks her, and she turns over, and then he gets her up the ass, and she's like, "Take it out of my flesh." And I'm waiting for some woman to tell me that. It is yet to happen. How much do you got to pay a woman to have her scream that to you?
About tree fitting.
Never mind. Beat me to it.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Yours is better than mine.
I never met that woman. I'm not hanging in the right alleys to shop for Lorraine from Back to the Future. I'm not.
Roxanne.
Good Christ, man. Are those what are those up top?
They're drums. They're like toms, but smaller.
No, here.
Yeah, they're drums.
Are they really?
Yeah.
First, they look like trucker horns. Like,
No, they're drums. They're just really small, so they can get that high pitch.
is this necessary? Is this symbol up here necessary?
Absolutely. That's the fuck it all symbol right there. You just jump up and just beat the shit out of it. And you notice the 4 kick drums underneath. Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Interesting. All right.
And then of course the gong in the background, because every drum kit needs a gong.
That's true. That band is not in this episode, unfortunately.
Nope.
We should do an episode about them, though. That'd be more interesting than this.
He fucks her. He wakes up in silk underwear, and I can't tell if he's overweight or fit. I can't quite decide. He's walking around, stumbling around her shitty apartment, and she comes out of her room with a buzzsaw, like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah, what the fuck was that about? What was she actually even doing in there that she's like, oh, I need to go get it off the charger because I'm gonna cut your face off later.
Yeah,
that's usually the first sign to get the fuck out of Dodge, right?
Yeah, seriously, this guy's like, oh, that's kinky. I'll stick around.
Yeah. The day, especially the day after, it's like she walks in with a buzzsaw. That's your cue to get the fuck out, like any way you possibly can. Get out, go.
And this is why Jansen, earlier you asked what takes it down a notch for me. Like, why didn't I like it? Mm-hmm. And this is exactly what we're talking about. Tales from the Crypt is about shitty people getting shitty things done to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Twilight Zone is about immoral or misguided people, or there's a morality tale involved. And this guy's a piece of shit. He beats women and he loves it. And then he gets his face cut off by a woman. And I was like, I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not feeling anything about this one way or the other.
Yeah, fun fact, this was a Face-Off prequel. The woman who plays the girl who cut off the face is actually the doctor in the Face-Off movies.
Colm.
I'm just making that up. I'm totally fucking kidding.
His name is Colm. Starts with an F.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
You having a stroke?
Yeah,
okay?
that guy.
I can't think of his last name.
Uh-huh. Don't worry, we'll wait.
Colm Fjord? Is it Colm Fjord?
I think so.
Yeah, Fjord. Yeah.
Anyway, let's look at these drums some more. I just, do you know what I mean? Though he's a piece of shit.
Uh-huh.
She gives him a drink and it's full of vague liquid, and she's like, "This it's not the hair of the dog, it's the whole beast," or something like that. And plus more, and gives it to him, and he drinks it.
And that's not enough a hint to be like, you know what? Maybe I don't take drinks from masked strangers that were just holding a fucking bone saw.
That's where most of these episodes go to shit for me, is that they try to set something up,
mm-hmm.
and then they just stop, and then they just throw something at you for shock value. And every time they do that, it makes me angry.
They don't throw something at you. They just take logic and throw it out the fucking window.
Yeah, and I hate that. Like you can still have horror be scary and be interesting without being stupid. You know what I mean?
One would even argue that when horror is more realistic, it's more scary, right? I mean, it's not. It's the absurd that makes it more scary. Yeah.
Like I own a lot of horror movies. I watch a lot of horror movies. I know what scary is, and it doesn't necessarily have to be graphic. It can be graphic if it's done well. I mean, Hellraiser is about one of the most graphic fucking movies there is, and I absolutely love it. I love that one. It's obscure, but things are still set up properly. Mm-hmm. These episodes, it's like they start going somewhere with it, and then it's just like, and then this gory thing happens, and then cut to the Crypt Keeper. And I hate that shit.
I think what it boils down to me is, I think we touched on this when we watched the movie, right? Is that horror movies have a set of rules, and as long as they follow those set of rules, they work. What the issue that I have with, and I think everybody has with most of these episodes that we watch, is that they try sometimes to make rules, and then they just don't follow them. Or don't make any rules at all, and it's just fucking obscure bullshit.
And also, I just remember this just now. We kept talking about the guy that kept shaking his head and doing the spooky thing. And
what the fuck was that about?
Was that Jeffrey Wright? I don't know. It looked like Jeffrey Wright, but what was that all about? Did the episode ever explain that?
Nope, didn't explain it, but I definitely thought it was Theo Huxtable.
Jansen, before you said that, I was literally going to say there's two genres of movies and what TV show, two genres in general that have to have rules. It's horror and sci-fi. They have to have the rules set up. Otherwise, you won't give a shit. You'll be confused, and it'll suck. It'll just fucking suck every single time. And kind of going off what Adam said after that was that there's nothing set up. What the fuck were the rules? What was the point of any of this? She ends up being that's her real face. The white clown thing is her real face, which holy shit is predictable because he closeted it like barely, and she bleeds. And then she turns him over and cuts his face off. That's the end.
The title of the episode gives it away.
Yeah.
They really fucked themselves with the puns, dude.
Oh God.
It was made in a more simple time where people weren't wise to I'm ahead of this story. They weren't thinking about that, I think, back.
I'll give you that, but I also think it has to come down to the fact that HBO was putting out garbage at the time too. So
it makes you I want to know how this show stayed in the air for 7 years.
Right.
No competition, maybe? Low competition? I don't know.
It's probably extremely low budget, right? And there was a draw, right? There was a draw to the show. Whether we like it or not, there was an audience that enjoyed it and wanted more of it. So
it was paid subscribers that had HBO subscriptions that subscribed to HBO so they could watch movies, and Tales from the Crypt was the shit that they put on in between the movies.
Right. I mean, it bears the same question when it comes to stuff like CBS All Access. Who's paying for that shit? They're only the people that are watching the Twilight Zone shit because there's nothing else on there.
Go fuck that channel.
Yeah. So at the time, I'm assuming that this was, it was obviously paid subscription, and this was probably one of the very few things that was worth even looking at on there.
Yeah. I mean, for the names attached, Robert Zemeckis, you should do way better, man. Fuck.
Yeah.
Zemeckis and Donner.
No excuse. This was just, I think it was just a ploy for them to make money for more nose candy. That's got to be all there was to it, because they were clearly not, their hearts were not in this shit.
I mean, isn't that always the goal?
And how, I mean, yeah, but yeah, let's just say yes. So,
for the sake of the argument, let's just go say yes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're not going to argue that. I can't compete with cocaine. We're going to lose that battle every single time. So
Nick Cage is living proof of that.
It's true. I think I'm going to rename my NyQuil and cocaine show as I think I told you as Quaaludes and cocaine. I think I talked about it in a previous show, but you just reminded me. Anyway, this fucking show, I wanted to love it before I started the show, and now I want to hate it. And what I mean by that is I'm not a big nostalgia guy. I thought I remember liking the show. That's all I was going off. And now I'm realizing even if I did like it as a kid, I was dumb as a kid. And now I'm realizing the show's not. It's eh. And now it makes me go, I want to hate this episode, but I just find it blah. Which is
now you're realizing it.
I think we're at the point now where we're just looking for something to like.
Yeah. Well, now that you're watching it back, you're realizing that it's also making you dumb as an adult. So it's fucking vicious circle, dude.
Yeah.
It's a sad state of affairs when we watched the Billy Zane movie and we liked it.
Oh God!
So we're like, oh, the movie. This is great. As a kid, I didn't like this movie. I didn't like that movie.
I didn't either. Yeah, I liked it more when I got older. I'm like, oh, this is actually entertaining. Like this sets things up. It has payoffs and setups and good acting.
90 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
I think that says a lot to the maturity level of us as kids and us as adults. Though I mean, there's nuance to the movie. There's funny little pieces of it that you would only pick up on as an adult. It's like when you rewatch a movie that you saw as a kid.
Dude, Demon Knight is a drive-in movie. It's something for people to go watch a movie and then go home and fuck later. I mean, it's made for teenagers. But hell, if it ain't done well, like people that put that movie together gave a shit. People that were on the set gave a shit. Billy Zane was having a ball on that movie.
Oh,
it was just, it was great. You know,
it's got William Sadler in it.
It had a script that actually did things that made sense. And usually I didn't even like movies about demons, but that one had, it had a set of rules. These episodes don't set anything up. They just do stuff and then cut to the Crypt Keeper. And I hate that when they do that. It's like a slap in the face every time.
Do you remember her line in her introductory scene where she said something about skin? And I was like, okay, yeah.
That's her skin. We called it, yeah.
Yeah. And then she unzips her thing and is like, look at my tit sweat. And then he comes like closer.
Really,
like,
they must have been so proud about all that tit sweat because they zoomed down on it a few times.
When they get back to their house, before they start fucking, she's sitting there and she's in her underwear, and he comes around behind her and puts his hand on her shoulder, and they just like zoom in on like 3 beads of sweat right in her left titty, and it's so proud. It's just like, oh yes, I got it.
That's why we were engrossed in the show. I think that's what drew our attention. In like, ooh, boobs.
Actually, what got us involved was after they fuck. And they wake up, and that's when she's giving him the drink, and she came out with the bone saw, and we're just like, "What the fuck?
Wait, what happened?"
All of us are silent, and I was like, I came to the realization it wasn't the episode that was enthralling us; it was just this particular scene because we're like, "Where's this gonna go?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know her face is that.
I predict it goes nowhere.
Had we only known,
but, I mean.
I was pretty convinced it was going to go.
We knew. We watched it.
We were just worried that somebody was going to produce a painting. I'm like, please don't be a painting again. Please don't do evil paintings.
They towed that line.
Yeah. They did. They're like, we can do this anytime we want.
It's taunting you. Motherfucker, you don't like this episode? What if I bring out a paintbrush and some
here's the paintbrush.
Yeah? Okay, shut the fuck up and like the episode. All right, putting this back down. Stay calm.
He's gonna be fine, all right.
But after she cuts off his face, because he eventually walks into that room where she had the bone saw, sees a bunch of faces there, sees that ghost that's haunting him, that black dude, and Jansen, you mentioned earlier, why the fuck is that ghost there?
Yeah,
it makes no sense. They don't set up any of it. He just like has a 3-second vision of a dude going ah.
Yeah, it doesn't make
any sense. Later did in House on Haunted Hill.
Can we also talk about the fact that she's wearing a choker in every scene, and they beforehand had talked about him strangling a girlfriend? And how much of a better episode would this have been if she had in fact been the dead girlfriend and reveals it at the end and fucking kills him? Like,
thank you so much for saying
you just barely missed it. You had it. It was right there. What are you doing?
I came up with a better episode than they did.
Mm-hmm.
I was convinced that's where it was going to go. I assumed that wasn't a real face, but I also assumed because she's wearing a fucking choker all the time, she puts on different colored chokers depending on her color of her outfit. And I'm like, okay, she's going to be a strangled. They set up that his ex, he choked. And I'm like, here we go. He killed a lady, and it's going to be her.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Nope.
That would have been so much more entertaining.
Absolutely.
And very Tales from the Crypt, actually. So I'm amazed they didn't do that.
You know what? After this conversation, I'm changing it. I'm going down to a 6. Lost a point after we talked.
That's where I'm at. So
yeah.
It's it had promise, and it kept us kind of our toes kind of in the water. And then by the time she cuts off his face, and then it cuts to a paintbrush, and we're like, no.
What is she like sealing it in wax?
I think she's just something
because it was like clear.
Like what was the point of the face collection? What was she just
thank you. That's where I'm building to.
What?
What's the point of painting it? Because it's not sealing it because there's cockroaches all over these fucking things. It's not doing a goddamn thing. She's not. She acts so proud of them. She has a display case, but there's cockroaches running.
Okay, this takes you back to Twilight Zone again. Like if this was a Twilight Zone episode, she cut somebody's face off to replace part of her own, or like regenerate some of her own face. Rules, nothing. Nope. She just collects faces. She doesn't wear them. She just puts them in a closet and lets them accumulate bugs and cockroaches and flies. Cool. Fine.
Now it's kind of like that last episode, Queen of the Nile, we did. Kind of.
They could have made this episode much better, leaving it just as is by adding one singular part, which is to give somewhat of a backstory to any of the other faces in the cabinet. And say, hey, these guys were also dickwads, and that's why she's killing them all. She's fucking taking them out. But no, we don't get anything. We don't get any information. It doesn't make any sense. It's useless.
Terrible.
I would think. Okay, a couple thoughts here as I was watching it. Random thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
She is stealing faces to put on her own face. That'd be one way to go with it.
Sure,
right?
but we have no
But
proof
she's
of
stealing
that.
men's faces.
They just said they're men's faces. They're not women's faces. Yeah.
And it's just a face. It's not like leather face.
Yeah,
No.
false count.
He steals the whole head.
Yeah.
Or sews in something.
Like even Leatherface, they explained why he had stolen skin because he's making a mask to wear around. Even that has rules, you know, like very little setup, just enough, you know.
And so that would be one way to go, and that would kind of make sense. It'd be dumb, but okay, that's where we're going with it. Another way is something to do with that collection she has. Why is she collecting it? It could be like I couldn't say this word last night because I was way too drunk, but now I can. Some sort of mysticism.
Mythicism.
I could not say that for my life. You know what I mean? Some sort of ritual being involved. Why she's doing this? Some sort of setup that she's part of this cult, or something. It would have ruined the episode as well, but instead we're left with bitch has some masks in her boudoir and has them on little pedestal things and just collects them like I collect hockey pucks. What the fuck for?
Probably the same reason you collect hockey pucks.
For the fuck of it?
Yeah.
That's not satisfying narratively.
No.
No, but Tales from the Crypt doesn't care. They already got your $10.
Tales from the tit. I like
Tales
that.
from the tit. Dude, missed opportunities.
In fact, this episode may as well be a Misfits song. You know, like for as much sense as it makes, it's like
Or Danzig.
Danzig. Yeah,
Big Elf.
a big elf. Yeah, because they couldn't afford Danzig, so we got Big Elf.
What was worse? I know the answer to this. And this is just for people who listen to both podcasts. The music from Big Elf in tonight's episode, or Jansen. The music from An Occurrence at Owl Creek Bridge.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Owl Creek Bridge for sure. I'll listen to Big Elf all day and night.
Yeah. I can't disagree.
Garbage.
Oh.
I'm looking at the leaves.
I look at the bugs on the leaves. What?
When you sing it, you gotta sound like rap. On the leaves.
Doesn't make any fucking sense, dude. Let's wrap it up.
No.
Okay,
One
fine.
more hour.
One more hour.
There's
There's not enough to talk about in another hour.
Okay, so Jansen and I are at 6. You're at 3. I just feel like it could have been better, and it definitely could have been much worse. There were some things I was interested in throughout the episode, and some shots that were cool.
Mhm.
And I was kind of like, I don't know. It didn't drag. It didn't feel like it was 3 hours long like some of the episodes.
It started to drag a bit though after they woke up. Like it meandered pretty bad around that point.
Yeah, I would say if anything, the saving grace of this episode was probably parts of the cinematography. Like you said, there were shots that were cool.
Yeah.
The makeup,
I think
effect
ahead of
was
their
really
time,
good. That's
sure.
why I'm not scoring it lower. Is I like the makeup and I like the fact that it almost fake set up something, but then it just decided not to, and it made me angry. That's why I kept
You could tell they had to write it in a way where he had to come up with the idea of, I want to keep this anonymous. Let's fucking keep our masks on.
Yeah.
And then she gets pissed when he takes his off and tells him his last name. And then it cuts to like a scene after he drinks that stuff where she's like, you better be gone by the time I wake up, because he starts to get physically abusive after he said, I got it all out of me last night. And then he starts to like freak the fuck out for some reason and run around her apartment looking at her mail and medicine bottles and everything scratched off. And it just says like to occupant.
And why is that so important to him? Like he had a nice, cool Halloween fuck story he could have told his buddies, but instead he has to know who she is. Like, why? She's wearing a mask. That was the whole agreement, was that they don't take their masks off.
Well, I think I can understand his freak out, because you have to look at that part of it from like just a normal human standpoint, right? You just fucked this girl and you want it to go further. All of a sudden you feel something and she won't take off her mask and she's freaking out at you. And like, it's gotten weird now. So now you're questioning, okay, why is she like this? What did I do? Or what's the reason she won't tell me this? So he starts looking around for shit, and that makes sense to me.
I actually disagree.
Okay.
I think the reason they did that is because he starts to freak out on her, going, "I shared this shit. You need to share it with me." He gets really possessive, and
Right.
he feels
Okay, so it's like a power trip kind of thing.
Yeah. He
Okay.
feels like she needs to tell him because he's owed this.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Because that's his whole character, is that he's brutal woman. He owns them.
It's a
and
power trip.
so much
Gotcha.
shit. So he's walking around her apartment going, "This fucking bitch won't tell me who she is. I'm gonna fucking look through her." But then he starts getting like the side effects of the dose, like whatever she dosed him with. He starts to and it's fucking that goes on too long. That's where it starts to drag a little bit.
It's like that part from the Oak Creek whatever bullshit where they were running towards each other for 10 minutes straight, showing the same.
You love that scene so much.
I'm sorry.
I hate you. Yeah. Okay. It's fine. I got my thought out, so fuck you. Okay. Yeah. You.
Okay, guys. I gave it a 6. I did do a couple things where since if you look behind me, the board is gone. So I had to draw the next few episodes because I will not have any of that shit for about a month. So let's find out where. Sorry, I need to find out where my shit is.
6-sided dice.
It's in your butthole.
That'd be a weird spot for computer files, but I mean,
You said I need to find out where my shit is. I'm just assuming that it's in your butthole.
that's a weird spot. So, okay, so I drew the next few episodes. So obviously today was only Skin Deep. Next week, I don't have my bingo ball thing, but we drew from it. Next week will be 103 Dig That Cat. Ellipses. He's Real Gone. It looks like an episode about magic.
I'm already
Episode
mad.
after that will be Tales from the
Fucking voodoo magic, man.
Tales from the Crypt 313 Spoiled. And then after that, Richard chose our Never Go Back episode 4, Amazing Stories 214 Blue Man Down.
Cool.
So that's going to be the next few weeks here, and hopefully until I get the studio up and running. But yeah, we'll cover those fucking episodes. So hopefully they're not shitty. The next episode's probably going to be shitty. It's magic.
They're all probably going to be.
Let's just watch another movie. We'll watch that other Demon Knight movie.
There's 2 on the board,
Yeah, we'll watch the other Tales from the Crypt movie.
and I drew new cards for the board before I took it down, and both of them are cartoon episodes. Both of them.
How about you just take all the cartoon episodes out and burn them? Just burn them all.
The cartoon ones are almost the best episodes we watch.
Yeah. Okay.
Sad but true.
Jesus Christ.
These episodes are terrible. Anyway, any parting words of wisdom? Anything you guys learned from?
Yes, I will never buy Tales from the Crypt on Blu-ray or DVD ever. Not the TV show.
I think I might go back on hiatus. That's what I learned. Just kidding.
You gave it a 6 or a 7 originally. You don't get to say that.
I know.
I learned that Yellow, the episode Yellow, is looking better and better. That episode will never.
That's one we saw. Yeah, a very close second was that one with Tim Roth. Was pretty good.
But Yellow
was
it'll never be topped because it's not a Tales from the Crypt episode.
Nope. That's the Owl Creek of this series.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't belong there, and here it is, and it's just. Until next time. In the meantime, I'm Phoenix West.
I'm Jansen Carlin.
And I'm actually Adam Wilcox, not Frank Links.
LIWstudios.com. RaiseTheLostFlix.com for him.
Red Dragons Radio.
No, Frank's not here. Fuck him.
Yeah, fuck them.
So long.
So long, citizens.
Pornhub.com.
Got him this time.
Are you doing work there?
What?
Was Adam doing work there?
Depends how much you got to spend.
Frank told me he has videos on Pornhub.
Shut up. Shut up.
You
No.
can't tell him.
No.
And I hope one day I hope every day I never stumble across that.
I hope you do.
And
I hope you do.
Sorry, you're going to search right after this show. Admit it.
I
Well,
hope
you're
you
gonna
do
find
it, and it's just like a handheld camera or like phone camera of like an angle where he's sitting and the camera's lower than him and his dick in his face, and that's all you see.
But and then it's him bent over on a bed
Forced
in a kitchen and getting pegged from behind by his wife, and then
Yeah.
you don't know it's him. But then you hear a 45-minute story about how the science of aliens didn't match up.
Submarines.
Yeah, submarine story, and I'm like, oh god, and
It's him.
I have to cut my dick off because I can't go near that shit again. I can't be trusted.
Yeah.
Love you, Frank. So long, citizens.